What an interesting day. What's going on, team? It's Ricky with TechBot Solutions, and I want to talk about some of my takeaways today with the market aggressively selling off due to the unfortunate news of coronavirus cases, seeing a big spike, a lot of panic selling, a lot of aggressive sell-offs, and what I plan to do. So I really hope that throughout this video, I get you one step closer to your overall goal. And if you do, please consider, if I earned it, drop any thumbs up. So I had a pretty decent position size on Tesla, and due to the unfortunate news of the market selling off, Tesla did not hesitate to sell off either. It ended up dropping a little bit over 4%. I had an open position on Apple that ended up dropping 4%. What is one of the things that I have said from the very beginning when going long on a position, or even when it comes down to day trading? Do not take a position in which you cannot tolerate the risk of, right? All we think about when you're a beginner is when you're taking a trade, all you're thinking about is just the upside potential. And correct me if I'm wrong, but it's a very big misconception. I have tried to remind you like a broken record, right? With the idea that there are two sides to every opportunity. And my intention when it comes down to Apple and Tesla and the stocks that I'm holding are not to sell in a week, not to sell in a year, not to sell in just a couple of years, but it's to hold for a much longer period of time. And as there's a lot of panic selling, I'm buying in increments in which I'm comfortable with. If I'm buying $10,000, that could be someone like buying $100 of an Apple stock, right? Or $111 since that's the current price per share. But the idea that I'm trying to share with you is as the market has aggressively sold off, I've been able to day trade, right? So being able to kind of offset the loss in the day, and this is what I actually wanted to show you, is although my Tesla position, right? I have 130 shares, that's nearly $50,000 in Tesla, is down $2,000 on the day. My Apple position, 150 shares, is down $690 on the day. But yet I'm only down collectively $972. How? Well, I made $1,000 on SQs. I could have made a lot more. I left a lot of money on the table, and I made $803 on ticker symbol TQs, which are the ETFs that I trade. And what I'm, learning from this is, first off, this caught, I think, a lot of people by surprise. But it makes sense in the idea that the news is shared, it acted as a negative catalyst, and the market was aggressively selling off. We have not had a day like this where we see the market aggressively drop like this in the past maybe 2 to 3 weeks. The market has been selling off, but not this aggressive. So I was very uneasy when the market was aggressively selling off. I didn't go in heavy on SQs. I could have gone in much heavier, but I decided to kind of, again, put my thoughts aside when it comes down to how overbought, because let's be honest, SQQQ was very overbought. And for those that are not familiar with this, I do apologize for not even explaining this in the beginning. SQQQ goes up when the market goes down. This is a NASDAQ inverse ETF. So I made $1,000 with this, and as it began to aggressively push up, I began to buy and sell the highs, buy the lows, and sell the highs. There's a period where there was a lot of consolidation that I worked really well with. And then on top of that, the inverse ETF or the bull ETF is TQs. This follows the overall market. I would not recommend this for people that are just getting started because when the market is selling off, this sells off as well. That means the overall direction is against you. Normally, big picture, the market tends to be pretty bullish. So TQs tends to be the go-to for a lot of people. But when the market is selling off, this is why it's so important to understand what goes up when the market goes down. Now that I explained to you my day trades, what I plan to do moving forward is when I see true direction, I kind of hesitated today, and I'm not too sure if you guys could agree with me, but I hesitated with my position size. I hesitated with getting in right away because I was unsure of if it was going to continue to uptrend. It just caught me by surprise. There's nothing wrong with that. I just didn't want to put myself in an unfortunate situation. I have to pat myself on the back on how I performed today because my day trades, I'm up $1,000 here, and then on TQs, I'm up $800 there. I'm up $1,800 on my day trades alone, which offset a lot of what I was down on my long-term positions. And I still plan to hold those, and I don't really take those into consideration even when I'm up. I've been up, $1,500 on a day on Tesla, but I only talk about my TQs and SQs because those are what I'm day trading. Tesla and Apple are stocks that I'm holding for a much longer period of time, so I try not to take those into consideration when it comes down to my long positions. So what I plan to do moving forward is making sure that I am more comfortable in taking a position when there is true direction and not to hesitate as much because I did leave a lot of money on the table and I wish I would have focused a little bit more on SQs. But again, every day you learn something new about yourself, and that's the whole point of progress, right? what I'm taking away from my long positions on Apple and on Tesla is, well, I bought more Tesla today and I'm going to be buying more Apple. Why would I do that? Well, if we go to the 180-day chart, one of the things that I'm looking at is, again, I'm not buying Tesla to sell in a week. I'm not buying Tesla or Apple to sell in a month or even a year. I am buying these specific stocks every time that I view them to be a good deal and sell them for a profit, right? With that being said, can Tesla and can Apple stock continue to sell off? Of course. So please get that out of your head that it has to recover right away or anytime soon. Do not buy these specific stocks if you cannot tolerate them continue to sell off, right? Right now, the direction is not in our favor. No other way to put it, right? I am buying for my future self, and I want you to know my intention. So the more that it sells off, rather than buying when the hype is present, I do agree. It is much easier to trade something or to invest in something when the overall direction is in your favor. And if you want to wait for that, I'm all for that, right? Each person has their own criteria. But because these are long positions, I want to buy when people are selling and I want to sell when people are buying. Does that make sense? So that's pretty much my plan. I plan to buy a little bit more Tesla. I plan to buy a little bit more Apple. I was in on Tesla last week for about $20,000. Now this week I'm more than double. And on Apple, by next week, I just want them to report their earnings before I do anything with Apple, which is the reason that I've hesitated, because I'm not too sure if that's going to act as a positive or negative catalyst. And if it aggressively sells off, then I plan to buy more of Apple, but I just want that catalyst to kind of be put out there first, and as you guys could imagine, right? But that's really just it. I wanted to provide you guys with a full breakdown on my day trade today. I wanted to provide you guys with an update on my swing trade positions and how I think I did a decent job. You guys can let me know in the comments section if you guys think that I performed well, what you guys plan to do, and if you think my long-term plan for my Tesla and Apple positions makes sense to you. And if they don't, then 100%, again, that's the beautiful part about the market, is you are the final decision maker on where you choose to put your money. So don't forget to stay connected. This is our free Facebook group. We have over 292,000 members, and that is that first link down below. I wanted to ask you guys, we're thinking of having a free live trading session on Friday. Not too sure about it. Let me know in the comment section if you guys think we should. If you do, just make sure you drop a thumbs up. If we get over 1,000 likes within 24 hours, we would be more than happy to do so. But of course, if people are not ready to tune on in for our free live trading session, then maybe we can plan it for next month. So let me know in the comment section what you guys think. I hope that we earned your thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. I upload new videos every single day. And until then, I'll see you guys on the next one. Take it easy, team.